have to if you don't want to. All I'm going to do is ask her to come up here. If you don't like her, that's the end of it. Is she glad?
In the early 1950s, producer Nunnally Johnson set out to create an engaging comedy revolving around three women determined to marry millionaires. The casting process proved crucial to the success of the film, which would later be known as How to Marry a Millionaire. For the lead roles, Johnson sought talented actresses who could bring charm, wit, and allure to their characters. Lauren Bacall, an accomplished actress renowned for her distinctive voice and confident screen presence, was approached first. She agreed to play the part of Schatze Page, a cunning woman leading the marriage plot. Next up was Betty Grable, whose career had been built on her stunning looks and effervescent personality. Despite being nervous about playing against type, she took on the role of Loco Dempsey, a more vulnerable character than what she was used to portraying. Her collaboration with Monroe during promotional activities helped build anticipation for the movie. The last piece of the puzzle was finding the right actress to play Pola Debevoise, the near-blind fashion designer. Enter Marilyn Monroe, then still relatively new to Hollywood, but rapidly making a name for herself due to her unique blend of sex appeal and vulnerability. Although initially hesitant because he feared she might overshadow Bacall and Grable, Johnson ultimately cast Monroe after seeing her test footage, sealing the trio of leading ladies. William Powell joined the ensemble as J.D. Hanley, the oil tycoon targeted by Bacall's character. Having already enjoyed a successful career spanning several decades, his experience added depth to the otherwise light-hearted atmosphere. David Wayne played Freddie Denmark, one of Monroe's suitors, while Rory Calhoun and Cameron Mitchell appeared as Grable's romantic interests. Chemistry tests among the actors further solidified the dynamics between the characters. Scenes were rehearsed meticulously until the desired comedic timing was achieved. Off-screen friendships formed, contributing to the overall camaraderie evident throughout the movie. Despite some challenges faced during production, including delays caused by Monroe's method acting approach, the undeniable chemistry shared by the cast members shone through in every scene. This synergy ultimately led to the creation of a timeless classic, proving once again that thoughtful casting can elevate a film from good to great.
Two. That English fellow.
What English fellow?
You know, that tall one that bald.
The director of the 1953 movie, known for its comedic portrayal of three models attempting to marry millionaires, brought a distinctive vision to life. This director, renowned for his innovative style, had a clear understanding of the story he wanted to tell. Collaboration was key to the success of the movie. He worked closely with the cast and crew, creating an environment where creativity could flourish. Rehearsals were extensive, allowing actors to fully understand their characters and the motivations behind them. The director encouraged improvisation during these sessions, often discovering humorous moments that made it into the final cut. The director drew inspiration from various sources when crafting the look and feel of the movie. His background in theater influenced his staging techniques, while contemporary films inspired his visual language. He favored wide shots to capture both the grandeur of the settings and the interactions between characters. Sets were designed with meticulous attention to detail, reflecting the opulence sought after by the protagonists. Costumes played a significant role in conveying each character's personality. The director collaborated with a costume designer to create outfits that reflected the fashion sensibilities of the time, yet remained true to the individuality of each woman. These costumes served not just as eye candy, but also as tools to reveal more about the characters' aspirations and social status. Despite facing challenges like tight budget constraints and demanding shooting schedules, the director maintained a positive atmosphere on set. His leadership and passion for storytelling motivated everyone involved to deliver their best work. Through his unique directorial vision, the movie became a classic romantic comedy, delighting audiences for generations.
Brewster was divorced, and I don't blame the guy for a second. Their mother, who must be 110.
In 1953, a groundbreaking movie hit the screens, leaving audiences in fits of laughter, shock, and even tears. This film, which we'll refer to as the Millionaire movie, tells the story of three women on a mission to marry wealthy men. Perhaps you first watched this movie at a drive-in theater, snuggled up in your car with a bag of popcorn. Or maybe you caught it on TV years later, captivated by its witty dialogue and stunning fashion. No matter when or where you first experienced the Millionaire movie, it's likely left a lasting impression. Maybe you cheered along as the women navigated their romantic entanglements, or perhaps you cringed at some of their more outrageous antics. Whatever your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this movie, we'd love to hear about it. Share your stories and memories in the comments below. As we delve deeper into the fascinating history of the Millionaire movie, prepare to uncover even more funny, shocking, and sad facts. From its groundbreaking production techniques to its enduring impact on popular culture, this is one show that continues to resonate with audiences today.
All yours?
Yep.
You mean all those trees?
The 1953 movie, often referred to as How to Marry a Millionaire, was a groundbreaking production in its time. The set design was particularly innovative, with the art department creating luxurious apartments filled with high-end furnishings and decorations to depict the lavish lifestyle of the millionaires. The film was primarily shot in the 20th Century Fox Studios in California. However, some exterior shots were taken in New York City, capturing the city's iconic skyline. The logistical challenges of filming in two different locations were significant, with the production team having to coordinate carefully to ensure continuity between scenes. One of the most innovative techniques employed during production was the use of the then-new CinemaScope process. This widescreen format allowed for a more immersive viewing experience, enhancing the film's glamorous aesthetic. Despite the luxurious setting, the movie also highlighted the struggles of the three main characters, played by Marilyn Monroe, Betty Grable, and Lauren Bacall. Their quest to marry millionaires was portrayed with humor and wit, making the film a hit with audiences. In conclusion, How to Marry a Millionaire was a trailblazing production, with its innovative set design, location shooting, and use of the CinemaScope process. It remains a beloved classic, a testament to the enduring appeal of Hollywood's golden age.
Will we meet some of the other gentlemen too?
Oh, all of them. And don't worry.
The film, released in 1953, follows the lives of three women who share an apartment in New York City. Each woman has a different strategy for marrying a millionaire, which provides the foundation for the movie's plot. Schatze, played by Lauren Bacall, is the mastermind behind the plan. She is a savvy and sophisticated woman who believes in marrying for money rather than love. Next is Loco Dempsey, portrayed by Betty Grable, who is a former showgirl with a love for luxury. She hopes to marry a rich man to maintain her extravagant lifestyle. Lastly, there is Pola Debevoise, played by Marilyn Monroe, who is a sweet and naive model. She has a habit of falling for the wrong men, but she remains optimistic about finding true love. The film takes an interesting look at the role of women in society during the 1950s. Each woman has a different approach to finding love and happiness, which highlights the various societal expectations placed upon them. The film also explores the theme of deception, as each woman hides her true intentions from the men they are pursuing. The movie was directed by Gene Negulesco and produced by Nunnally Johnson. It was a box office success and received positive reviews from critics. The film's success can be attributed to its talented cast, witty dialogue, and engaging plot. In conclusion, the film is a classic example of a romantic comedy from the 1950s. It explores themes of love, deception, and societal expectations, all while providing an entertaining and engaging storyline. The talented cast and witty dialogue make it a must-watch for any fan of classic films.
Embarrassed?
Oh, you have no reason to be. Anybody can forget their money. I've done it myself.
I know, but... Oh, hi, honey.
The 1953 movie, known for its comedic take on relationships and wealth, would not have been complete without its lively and fitting score. Composed by Alfred Newman, the music was carefully crafted to complement the narrative and emotional tone of the film. Newman, a seasoned composer in the industry, understood the importance of music in storytelling. He once said, "The score should be like another character in the film." For this movie, he created a score that was both playful and sophisticated, reflecting the personalities of the characters and the glamorous setting. The soundtrack features a mix of jazz and classical music, with upbeat numbers for the comedic scenes and more dramatic pieces for the emotional moments. The opening theme, How to Marry a Millionaire, sets the tone for the film with its lively and energetic melody. The musicians involved in the creation of the score also played a crucial role. The use of big band instruments, such as the saxophone and trumpet, adds to the film's playful and sophisticated atmosphere. The orchestra, conducted by Newman himself, brought the score to life with their precise and energetic performances. The score's ability to complement the narrative and emotional tone of the film is evident in scenes such as the characters' first meeting with their potential millionaire matches. The music swells with excitement and anticipation, reflecting the characters' own hopes and dreams. In contrast, the more emotional scenes are accompanied by more somber and introspective music. For example, when one of the characters faces a setback in her pursuit of a millionaire, the score takes on a more melancholic tone, reflecting her disappointment and sadness. In conclusion, the score and soundtrack of the 1953 movie were essential in creating the film's unique atmosphere and enhancing the narrative and emotional tone. Composer Alfred Newman and the talented musicians involved should be commended for their contributions in bringing the film to life through music.
How do you know?
Well, there's a character out there who looks like a gas pump jockey.
In the mid-1940s, Betty Grable's earnings soared to unprecedented heights. As the highest-paid woman in America between 1946 and 1947, she took home an impressive salary of $300,000 per year. Around the same time, another rising star named Marilyn Monroe adopted the stage name that would eventually become synonymous with her iconic image. Although she didn't legalize the switch until 1956, Marilyn Monroe had already begun making waves in Hollywood by then. Meanwhile, Lauren Bacall found herself becoming a favorite among some of Tinseltown's most prominent leading men during these years. For instance, Humphrey Bogart specifically requested her presence as his female lead in both In a Lonely Place and Sabrina, solidifying their status as one of classic cinema's most memorable on-screen pairings. Indeed, each of these women boasted unique accomplishments and contributions to the entertainment industry, achievements that continue to resonate even today. Their combined talents helped shape the course of cinematic history, leaving behind legacies worthy of admiration and celebration. And while they worked together in various projects over the years, including the famed 1953 film, exploring the individual journeys of Betty Grable, Lauren Bacall, and Marilyn Monroe, paints a vivid picture of ambition, resilience, and success against all odds.
Isn't it?
Well, if it is, it's the first time I ever ran into it under similar circumstances.
One of the most memorable scenes in the movie takes place at a high society party, where Schatze meets Tom Brookman. As they converse near a grand piano, the camera captures their playful banter through a series of close-ups and medium shots, highlighting the spark between them. This scene demonstrates how director Gene Negulesco uses visual storytelling to convey the growing attraction between the two characters. The chemistry between Bacall and Mitchell is undeniable, thanks to their natural performances. When asked about working together, Bacall said, "There was just something about Cameron, we had great chemistry." Cinematographer Joseph McDonald contributes to this by employing low-key lighting, emphasizing the allure of each character while creating an intimate atmosphere. Another unforgettable moment occurs when Loco tries on various hats in her luxurious apartment. Dressed in elegant attire, she models each hat in front of a mirror, experimenting with different personas. Through clever editing, we see multiple versions of Monroe interact with one another, reflecting her versatility as an actress. Monroe later stated, "I enjoyed playing around with those hats because it allowed me to explore different aspects of my personality." Indeed, this scene offers insight into Loco's complex nature, vulnerable yet confident, naive but cunning. With vibrant colors and meticulous framing, the cinematography enhances Monroe's charm, making this sequence a delight for audiences. A third standout scene unfolds during Pola's visit to Freddie Denmark's penthouse. Upon entering, she accidentally activates his hidden bar, which slides out like a secret treasure chest filled with exotic liquors. Throughout this comical encounter, both characters maintain perfect timing, heightening the comedic effect. Grable recalled, "We played off each other so well. I think people really responded to our dynamic." By utilizing wide angles and deep focus, the camera work allows viewers to fully appreciate the choreographed movements and facial expressions of both actors, further elevating the humor of the situation. These carefully crafted scenes contribute significantly to the lasting appeal of the movie, leaving audiences entertained and enchanted even today. Whether it's the romantic tension between Schatze and Tom, the whimsical fashion display by Loco, or the hilarious antics of Pola and Freddie, each moment remains etched in memory, standing testament to the timeless talent behind the production.
But it's all I want. Schatze, you've made my visit a very pleasant one. But I'd like to...
In the early days of his career, David Wayne, known in real life as Wayne James McMeekin, worked as a puppeteer for the Tatterman marionettes, particularly in their production of Peer Gynt. Meanwhile, Marilyn Monroe, a prominent figure in the movie, was named the sixth greatest screen legend by the American Film Institute. Monroe's Brentwood home, which she once inhabited, was later owned by actress Veronica Hamel and her husband in 1972. During a remodeling of the house, a contractor discovered a sophisticated eavesdropping and telephone tapping system that covered every room. The system, which was not commercially available at the time, was described as standard FBI issue by a retired Justice Department official. This bugging equipment was rumored to have been used by renegade FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover to blackmail the Kennedy brothers, Robert and John, who were Monroe's alleged lovers. The new owners reportedly spent $100,000 to remove the bugging devices from the house. The discovery of this system shed light on the extent of surveillance and potential blackmail during that era.
I got tied up.
Your wife?
Oh, I'm not married.
That's nice.
Released in 1953, this movie quickly became a hit, resonating with audiences due to its lighthearted and humorous take on love and marriage. The film's trio of leading ladies, played by Marilyn Monroe, Lauren Bacall, and Betty Grable, brought glamour and charm to their roles, contributing to the movie's widespread appeal. The film's influence on pop culture was significant, particularly in its depiction of strong, independent women. These characters were not simply love interests, but rather, they were portrayed as active participants in their own romantic pursuits. This shift in representation was a departure from traditional gender roles of the time and helped to challenge societal norms. Moreover, the movie contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes, such as the role of wealth in relationships. By featuring characters who were more interested in love and companionship than in financial gain, the film subtly critiqued the notion that money was the key to happiness. The movie's impact was further evidenced by its influence on fashion. The iconic styles worn by the actresses, including Marilyn Monroe's famous white dress, inspired countless imitations and became a defining feature of 1950s fashion. In short, this movie was more than just a romantic comedy. It was a cultural touchstone that challenged traditional gender roles, contributed to important social discussions, and left a lasting impact on pop culture and fashion.
You're a friend of mine, aren't you?
You bet your life, sir.
Yeah, well,
Despite the age gap between their characters being significant, actors Fred Clark and Betty Grable were actually quite close in age while filming the movie. Interestingly, Grable played the younger character, Loco Dempsey, even though Clark was only 2 years her senior. Marilyn Monroe, another star of the film, faced financial struggles despite her rising fame. Her iconic nude calendar shoot became a commercial success, generating $750,000, but Monroe herself received only $50,000 and a cold after posing for it. However, when she passed away in 1962, she left behind an estate worth $1.6 million. According to her will, most of her wealth went to her acting coach and psychoanalyst, with some funds allocated to support her mother financially. Over time, portions of her fortune have been donated to various charitable organizations, including the Anna Freud Center in London.
We better be getting back before they cool off.
The 1953 movie, often referred to as The Show, received mixed reviews from critics. The New York Times praised the film, highlighting the bright performances of its leading ladies, Marilyn Monroe, Betty Grable, and Lauren Bacall. The review also commended the colorful and stylish set design, which contributed to the movie's overall appeal. On the other hand, Variety magazine criticized the film's plot, describing it as slight and predictable. However, they acknowledged the sparkling performances of the three leading actresses, which helped to elevate the material. Audiences flocked to see the show, making it a box office success. The film's popularity can be attributed to the charm and comedic timing of its three leading ladies, as well as its glamorous depiction of wealth and luxury. The show received one Academy Award nomination for Best Costume Design, Color. The film's costume designer, William Travilla, was already well known for his work with Marilyn Monroe, having designed her iconic white dress from the 7-Year Itch. The nomination was a testament to Travilla's skill in creating visually stunning costumes that complemented the film's themes of wealth and glamour. The nomination and success of the show had a significant impact on the careers of those involved. Marilyn Monroe's star continued to rise, solidifying her status as a Hollywood sex symbol. Betty Grable, who was already a well-established star, continued to be a popular leading lady in Hollywood. Lauren Bacall's performance in the show further cemented her reputation as a talented actress and a Hollywood icon. In conclusion, while the show received mixed reviews from critics, its sparkling performances, glamorous set design, and box office success made it a significant cultural moment in 1953. The film's impact can still be felt today, as it continues to be a beloved classic among audiences.
There in a minute.
In the 1953 film, Alexander D'Arcy observed the negative influence of Natasha Lytis on Marilyn Monroe. Lytis, Monroe's acting coach, reportedly gave her poor advice, exploiting Monroe's insecurities and demanding numerous takes for each scene. Marilyn Monroe's legacy extends beyond this movie, appearing as a significant plot point in Michael Chabon's Wonder Boys through a piece of her memorabilia. Before becoming a renowned musician, Harry James had an unusual start in the circus world. At the age of 4, he worked as a contortionist, and by 6, he played the snare drum in the circus band. A near accident occurred when James wandered onto the circus track during a performance, but his mother's pet horse shielded him, preventing harm.
But all these trees, didn't you say they were yours?
The filming of the 1953 movie, often referred to as The Show, took place in the heart of New York City, offering a unique behind-the-scenes experience for the cast and crew. The bustling city streets became an integral part of the production, often serving as the backdrop for many scenes. Lauren Bacall, one of the leading ladies, was known for her cool and confident demeanor. However, she had a fear of heights, which posed a challenge during the filming of certain scenes. The crew had to come up with creative solutions to help her overcome this fear, such as using fake walls and floors to minimize the appearance of height. The film was also notable for its use of Technicolor, a groundbreaking color film process at the time. This added a vibrant and rich quality to the movie's visuals, making it stand out from other films of the era. However, it also presented challenges for the cinematographers, as they had to carefully adjust the lighting and color balance for each scene. Despite these challenges, the cast and crew formed a close-knit community during the filming of the show. They often spent their free time exploring the city together, creating a bond that would last long after the film's release. In one memorable instance, Marilyn Monroe, another leading lady, was photographed by a fan while riding the subway. The photo, which captured her natural beauty and charm, quickly became a sensation and added to the movie's growing buzz. Overall, the making of the show was a unique and memorable experience for all involved. The challenges they faced and the bonds they formed helped to create a film that would stand the test of time and become a classic of the Hollywood Golden Age.
Probably a few bankers, too.
Well, bankers will be all right, don't you think?
I realize it.
In the 1953 movie, Lauren Bacall displayed her unique vocal style, which led to the identification of a vocal disorder named Bogart-Bacall syndrome. This form of muscle tension dysphonia typically affects professional voice users, with women being more susceptible. Social pressure on women in the business arena has been linked to the prevalence of BBS. Marilyn Monroe, another star in the film, shared a close bond with Dorothy Dandridge and Iva Gardner during their early days as struggling actresses in Hollywood. Their friendship endured despite the challenges they faced in their careers. Interestingly, Bacall was also part of the original Rat Pack, a social group that included her late husband Humphrey Bogart, Frank Sinatra, and Swifty Lazar, among others. This group was known for their close-knit friendship and social gatherings. These fascinating facts offer a glimpse into the personal and professional lives of these legendary actresses, both on and off the screen.
And after I told him I never wanted to see him again, ever. Who does he think he is, anyway, crashing my wedding?
The 1953 movie, often referred to as How to Marry a Millionaire, left a significant mark on film history. This comedy, starring 3 ambitious women, showcased a new perspective on love and marriage. It was one of the first films to use widescreen cinemascope, a technology that revolutionized the way movies were made and viewed. The film's influence extended beyond its technical aspects. Its plot, centered around the pursuit of wealth, was a departure from traditional Hollywood storylines. It sparked a wave of similar films where material success and romance intertwined, shaping the romantic comedy genre. The movie's impact is also evident in the careers of its stars, Marilyn Monroe, Betty Grable, and Lauren Bacall. The leading ladies were already established actresses. However, their performances in this film further cemented their status as Hollywood icons. They became symbols of glamour and independence, inspiring future generations of actresses. Moreover, the film's exploration of female friendship and ambition was groundbreaking. It depicted women as more than just love interests, showing them as complex characters with their own goals and desires. This representation resonated with audiences, contributing to the film's enduring popularity. In summary, How to Marry a Millionaire was a trailblazer in many ways. Its innovative use of technology, bold storytelling, and influential cast have left a lasting legacy in the world of film. In the movie, Lauren Bacall tied the knot with Humphrey Bogart at Malabar Farm, a state park in Pleasant Valley, Ohio. Before her fame, Bacall resided with Marilyn Monroe during Monroe's teenage years. At that time, Monroe lived under the roof of Jody Lawrence's family, including her father Irvin Silliman Goddard and stepmother Grace McKee. Cameron Mitchell, another cast member, was a proud father to both Cameron Mitchell Jr. and Camille Mitchell. While these actors brought their own stories to the set, their collective efforts created a memorable experience for viewers of the film.
Sorry, darling. Just one of Schatze's friends just popped in to say hello.
Now, I'll tell you what I want you to do.
Did you enjoy watching How to Marry a Millionaire back in the day? We'd love to hear about your personal connection to this classic film. Share your favorite memory or tell us how it shaped your view of cinema. Your stories inspire us, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trips down memory lane. Perhaps the movie sparked your interest in fashion, with its stunning costumes by Travis Banton. Or maybe you admired Lauren Bacall's wit and charm alongside her fellow leading ladies, Marilyn Monroe and Betty Grable. Whatever stood out to you, we want to know. Did you watch How to Marry a Millionaire during its initial release or later on TV? Were you drawn to the glitz and glamour of New York City, or did the comedic plot keep you hooked? Whether you were captivated by the storyline or simply enjoyed spending time with friends while watching together, each experience contributes to the rich tapestry of our collective nostalgia. So go ahead, reminisce about the good old days when movies like How to Marry a Millionaire left lasting impressions on audiences across generations. Give us a glimpse into what made this film special for you, and let's continue celebrating these timeless treasures together.
Then here's the schedule I suggest. There's a very good flight from Atlantic City from LaGuardia Airport.